Okay, so ODI, we know when we are building data warehousing, we require a ETL tool or a tool, okay, which can extract data from any place to any place. Okay, so always be clear. If you see data warehousing architecture, you will have OLTP system, okay, and you will have staging, and you will have data warehousing. Okay, so sometimes in OLTP system, we can read data from files, XML. So here it can be any type of database. Okay, so we'll take the data and then put into staging, and then from staging to data warehousing, and then data mart. In all phases, whatever phases we are going to learn here, okay, to move data, so we will be requiring a ETL engine or a software, okay, which can help, okay, moving data from here to here. So we will write a program here. So if I write a program to read data from OLTP to load it to staging, so this program, okay, will be running on your software. In case if it is ODI software or Informatica or data stage or BODS, okay, any ETL tool, okay, will help to move data from here to here. And again, even to move data from your staging to data warehousing, okay, again you will write another program. Okay, so this program will be again running on your ETL server, and then it will move from here to here. So what I would like to tell here is, when you are moving data from, when you are developing a program, okay, for a ETL tool software, okay, it can be a if you are using ETL tool, it is Informatica or ODI or anything. We'll see that classification now. And in case you are writing, you can even we can build. We already seen the ETL. We can also develop using PL SQL, shell script, Perl script. In the old days, we used to develop using these non ETL tool technologies like shell script, Perl script, or even Java. So you can use any programming language also that we can do. There is nothing wrong in that. Okay, but we have seen what are the problems. So we need to write a lot of program, okay, lengthy programs. You cannot develop any program in a graphical fashion. So that's why we are now using tools. So from the tool point of view, if you develop a program here, if you are running, every time the place from where a program is here, you have written a program here, the place from where you are planning to, or you are reading data or extracting data, so that is a source for us, and the place where you are going to keep the data, that is a target for us. Okay, so that's why source and when it comes to ETL tool, okay, so depends on the program for which purpose you are writing, your source and target will be keep changing. If you are writing a program to read data from source, okay, this OLTP system, loading to staging, so who will be the target? Staging is the target. And when you are reading data from OLTP, that is your source. At the same time, if you write a program, if you are reading data from staging and loading to data warehousing, who is the source? Staging and then target. So people will have confusion here. So always people think that OLTP is a source and then data warehousing is a target. So data warehousing also will become source where when loading to data mart. So when it comes to ETL to where total data warehousing architecture when you are talking, so reading data from OLTP, your final destination is your warehouse, but in between staging or data, a lot of things are there. Now forget about all. Now I am slowly getting into tool. So when you are, what are we going to do in a tool? We will develop a program to read, load. In between, if any program, transformation, logics, if you want any rules you want to define, we define them. Okay, in that matter, in that case, your source and target, whenever we are referring in ETL tool, source and target, source is nothing but the place from where you are reading data, target is where you are going to load the data. So that source and target will be changed from the situation to situation, phase to phase. So OLTP to staging, source is OLTP, target is staging. Staging to warehouse, source is staging and target is your data range. Source and target, when you are referring in ETL tool, be clear where you are reading, where you are reading. Staging sometimes target, sometimes source. Okay, that is the normal. That's why that is the reason if you are developing a if you want to load a simple table in a data warehousing, minimum we require two programs, one from here to here, one from there to there. So source, target, now you know. Okay, so now we will write a program in ETL tools. So what are the famous? So now I am going in a normal. So generally I can use Informatica. Okay, I can use data stage. I can use BODS, business object data services. I can use Talendy. I can use Pentaho, or I can Ab initio. So this is part of MSBA Microsoft. Okay, so I can use so all these whatever I have listed. So these are all one category of the tools. Okay, so these are all we push them into ETL category. Okay, what are so when you go for interview in ODI, for ODI people, the first question would be what is ETL, and now we are going to talk about ELT. So first of all, this should sit in your mind. Okay, so basically what is the core difference? And now we are going to talk about another tool which we are going to see now, which is ODI. So this is works on a ELT. Okay, so now come out from the data warehousing ETL and all. So just for a moment come out. So we have to build a data warehousing, okay, and source, staging, and data warehousing, data mart, blah blah blah. Now, to write a program, we need a software. So you can choose either of the software. You can choose it because all the tools does the same thing. The final outcome of these tools will be extraction and loading from one place to one place. Okay. So source, target will change depends on in which program you are writing. Now, what is this ETL? How this ETL tool works, and then how this ELT works? So all these tools, whatever I have written here, they are 100% built on ETL architecture. So ETL, when I say all these tools, whatever I have listed here, are built on 100% ETL architecture. Okay, ETL style of processing. We'll see what is that. And ODI is 100% built on ELT architecture. Of course, okay, all these tools, not all, okay, Informatica, data stage, and the Ab initio, okay, including Talent is not 100%. Okay, they supports so their core technology, okay, the softwares are built 100% on ETL, okay, all these, but in case you want to use ELT concept also, you can use 10 to not 100%, okay, they have the feature something called push down optimization, okay, that you can do 10 to 30%. When it comes to ODI, it is completely built on ELT approach. But still, if you want 100%, you can also write a program to run in a ETL method also. Okay. See, if you don't like 100%, you can say 70% also. Okay. But what is powerful out of ETL and then ELT? ELT is very powerful. These companies have realized late, and now they are started providing this ELT features. that we'll see why ELT is powerful. So ODI is not a new tool, okay, it has older veteran tool, but to take over by Oracle now. So that is all different story. Now we'll see this ETL versus ELT, the concept should sit in your mind, we'll see that, so that things will be very easy later. So now we know, now where are we going to use ETL tools, we know now, okay, and now I am going to take you some scenarios. Okay, so now I have a simple scenario, very simple scenario. Okay, what is this scenario? I have a table. Okay, you see, this is one database. Okay, and now in this database, this is a schema. Okay, and I have one table called employee table. And this employee table data, I want to load into another table which is already there in this database. Two tables are there. One table has the data, EMP table has the data, and then EMP underscore T is another table, okay, and it is a blank table, and now I need to take data from this table and load here. So assume that you logged into SCART user. In the SCART user, you have two tables, EMP and then EMP underscore T tables. Now, I want to move data from employee table to employee underscore T table. So, what is the source in this case? EMP is the source because you are reading from there and you are loading to this table. This is a target. So, I want to move data from source to target. So, now this time I am going to develop a program in Informatica or data stage or whatever ETL I listed there. When you develop a program, okay, including Abhinish and all, when you develop a program, okay, and run the program, what is going to happen? Whatever data, say, though they are all the tables in same database, okay, so when you run the program, you have written a program and then you are running here. So this Informatica or data stage or Abhinisho, it will pull all the data from the employee table onto their respective servers. So that is the database tables and this is the Informatica server. So the data from employee table will be coming out from the database onto Informatica or data stage server. If you have 1 million records, okay, so this 1 million records will go to Informatica server and from there it will go to EMP table. Actually speaking, I can move from it. If I give you these two tables, if you know Oracle, what is the best method? Insert in, because both are in same database. Insert into EMPT, select star from EMP. That is what I can write. That is the powerful query because you are not going out. You are just moving from here to there. But what is happening in Informatica? The data will not move from there to there. Data is coming from the employee table to out of the server, Informatica. Okay, and then data again going back to your database target table. Okay, means you are extracting the data. So ETL, now forget about data. Now we are talking about tool point of view. ETL, extract, transform and load. So we are extracting the data here. Okay, and then here we are not doing any transformation. In case you are doing any transformation, you can do here and then finally loading to. So now what is the problem here? It is fine actually. If you are a developer, you write a program, it will take and then load. You will not feel any difference because you will not see this with your eyes. This is the architecture, backside how it works. It is not visible to you. But what is the problem now? If I am running 500, let's say in Informatica we call as a program, we call as a mapping. If I am running 500 mappings, if all mappings processing, let's say 10 GB data, okay, so I am running all 500 mappings at a time. So how much processing, how much volume processing will be done on this Informatica data server at a time? 500 mappings and then each 10 GB or 20 GB we are processing. So we need very big server, okay, to process. Okay, which server? Informatica or data stage server. If you are simple volumes, no problem. But if you are processing very bigger volumes and you are running all at a time, okay, and that is what happens in the real time. So we'll be processing some terabytes of the data and all running at a time. So to accommodate that processing, I need very high-end server here, Informatica and all, data stage, whatever it is. Okay, that is first major problem. So what is the, if I need very high-end server means what is that problem? You need a very big server. For that you need very huge amount allocated for your servers. Okay, your cost means that is called TCO, total cost to operate your complete project is going to be very high. Okay, so that's why we need huge amount, okay, spent for this particular server. That's the first problem. Second problem, even if I allocate a lot of budget here, the problem is data processing outside database is slow compared to processing on database, because databases are meant for data processing. They are live, okay, original native, okay, data processing engines. So you are taking out and then processing, so that's why it will be definitely slow compared to the database. Okay, that is performance wise also second problem. Okay, now same case, if I am using any ELT tool, so this is example of Informatica and all. So even if you develop a Informatica mapping, you will not see this with your eyes. This is the architecture how Informatica data stage follows. Now, same program, if I am writing and executing in a software which works on a ELT approach. Okay, so in this case ODI. So what ODI does, ODI will not bring data from the database to outside. Of course, if you want, we can do, okay, but by nature ODI, what it behaves, how it works on its own. Okay, now same architecture, same situation, if I take and then run a program in ODI, okay, EMP and EMPT. So it will not, you write a program, you execute a program. What ODI engine does, it will go and execute the program, that's all. And when program is getting executed, it will never bring data from your sources to your ODI engine. Of course, if you want, you can bring it, but by default and on its own, it will never try to bring. Okay, so it will write a program. So what is that program? We just now discussed. Since both are in same places, I don't need to take it out. ODI will generate that SQL for you, and then it will execute this SQL to move from here to here automatically. So what are we doing? ODI is there, it is generating this SQL and it is facilitating to you to execute this program. So when I execute this query, where this query is getting executed? On the database. So when I execute query, so even if I log into Oracle on my machine, if I execute query, the query will be executed on where? Database engine, not on my local machine. So ODI will generate that SQL, okay, and then it will execute that SQL, so that data will move from there to there. That is faster. So here, what is the role of ODI here? ODI will do all the programming you can do, but when it is running, it is not taking care of data processing on its own. So that's why it becomes lightweight. Okay, so it is moving from there to there. But in ODI, we can also bring data onto ODI. Okay, that will have a separate programs for that in ODI, that we will see in ODI. But by nature, ODI works this way. So this is one simple scenario. So now we can say, because still people will not confuse, because why Informatica is bringing outside, why Informatica cannot do there, why ODI. So the next, I am just increasing the dose of this scenario. Okay, it is a very simple scenario, fine. So now I have increased the dose of the scenario. In this scenario, previously one table to one table. So that will make you understand what is the difference from the ETL to ELT. In ELT, your ODI server will become lightweight. Not only ODI, any software, if you tell me it is a ELT, so your software engine will be lightweight. So that's why I don't need to buy a very big server for ODI. Okay. and I don't need to bring data, since we are not bringing data from database to outside. So I do not need any big, my performance will be faster because we are processing in the database itself. Okay, so that is case 1. In the case 2, I just increase the those. In this scenario, I have a employee table. It is a table in one place, and I have a department information that is in a file, and I want to join employee and department and finally load into another target. So this completely different. Okay, what database it is, I don't know. And if you develop a program using Informatica and data stage or any ETL tool, since I cannot join EMP and DPT because it is a file and it is a table, I cannot directly join. Okay, so what these tools does, it will bring employee data from the employee data table wherever it is, and then brings the data to Informatica server. And this is a department, okay, it is in a file, and it will bring data from the department to Informatica server or a data server. So once both EMP DPT data comes to your Informatica or data server, so your data will become Informatica data, not the file, not the database. Okay, we have one person in Bangladesh and Afghanistan. When they come here, they will become India. So they are in India. In the same way, EMP and DPT both have come to Informatica or data stage server. So your data will become Informatica or data stage type of data, so that I can join here. Otherwise, I cannot join directly. No matter if it is a Teradata Oracle, XML file, or XML Java web service, whatever it is. So once the data comes to here, so that will become your Informatica data. Then I can join here because Informatica automatically joins, and then this output it will get loaded to your final target. So this will convert this to what is your target. So this is actually, now you can understand what is ETL. What is the join? The join is called transformation. You are writing some logic, join logic or some calculation. Okay, you are extracting, transforming and loading. Okay, this will give you actual ETL. So where are we doing the transformation completely? On engine ETL. If I am running 100 program, I need a big server here. Now in case of ODI, if you are doing same situation, if you are planning to do in ODI, okay, so now employee table and department table, okay, and this join I want to join and then finally load to target table. In previous scenario, okay, your table and this table both are in same place, I can move from here to here because employee table to department table. But in this case, your employee is a table and then department is a file. I cannot join directly. Of course, we can join. Any idea how can I join them? If you have good database knowledge, you can do that. Still, we can do in database. We have a concept called external tables. Okay, what is external table means? Though your data is in file, still I can feel like that as a table. That is called external table or externally organized tables. Okay, so that will nowadays we will use them a lot actually, even in the big data also. Okay, and all these big hive, they are going to use external tables only. Okay, I can have a table in Oracle database, and this table I can feel like a table in big data. Okay, or you have a table in a file, I can feel like this as a table in Oracle. Okay, almost all top databases are supporting. So that we can do. Okay, that's okay, fine. Okay, but assume that we don't know. Okay, we don't have external table. Okay, and all. So in case of ODI, so we know that ODI engine should be lightweight. I don't want any burden on the ODI server. So what it is going to do? ODI will write a program. Since you want to join these two, so you need to just tell that I need to join these two. You don't need to worry about any programming or anything. So I need to join this table, and no matter wherever it is, whether it's a file or XML table or anything, that anyway will learn. So what ODI will do? since it is a table, so what, and this is your target, final output you are supposed to keep here. So it will take this data and then dump into one temporary place. Okay, so this place is called workplace staging or anything. So I actually you can use word staging, but I am not using. The reason is people will confuse with data warehousing staging. That's why I'm taking a different word. You can very well use staging, but the word actually what I'm using is work area. In bracket you can also say staging. What is work area? In order to join them, I have identified some temporary work area. Okay, say let's say you are going to play some stage drama. So backstage you have place for your makeup and all that. So this is your work area kind of thing. Okay, so we are taking this data and then dumping into a temporary tables. Okay, so where is this? You can decide where you want. Okay, this is called work area, work staging area, or work schema, staging schema, anything. So for ODI, okay. And now when I dump here, okay, this will become a table here. Let's say this area you can decide whatever area you want, and this also dump into another temporary table. Okay, so once I dump from here to here, so this and this both will become tables, okay, in your temporary work area. Okay, so EMP and DBT now both become tables. So since both become table, now I want to finally load data to this table. So this is a table, this is a table, this is a table. So now what is my requirement? Two tables join and then do calculation and then load into final output. Final output I need to load to target. Simple. Okay, I can write. I don't need to do anything. You can write a simple SQL. What SQL? Insert into EMP underscore DPT. Select star from $EMP comma $DPT where this EMP dot DPT number equal to D. So one SQL. So where this SQL is going to fire? In this database. Okay, so this will be definitely faster than any other processing because I'm joining and then inserting to target everything on the database itself.
So for that work area we need to see which storage.
Yeah, that is work area. So minimal storage, how much you require, maximum you have like 50, half a terabyte also. That is common because your data warehousing size is always going to be some terabytes. If you compare that data warehousing size, so this work area size will be very minimal. Okay, we are not going to keep it permanently. So for it is like, let's say two people are going to play drama. So this is your makeup area backside. Okay, so you will make up and then go there, play, and here they are keeping data and then join and then finally will load into target. Okay, so this, what are we doing now in this? First we are extracting and loading. We are not transforming after extraction. So we are extracting and loading to work area, temporary area. Okay, that's why EL, extracting, loading. Then you transform and load. That's anyway common thing. So that's why, so in a different way to easily understand this approach, okay, we call them it as a ELT. So now by looking at this, you can easily understand, are we going, how much burden I am going to have on ODI engine right now? No, because ODI engine. So again, one more thing, you don't need to worry about, okay, writing a program to take from this to your temporary work tables, okay, and then taking from there to there, everything will be taken care by ODI. And in ODI, what is the power of ODI and what is the main differentiator compared to the other ETL tool is, ODI has some component called knowledge module. Okay, so these knowledge modules are designed for every technology differently. For Oracle, all Oracle knowledge module, and DB2, DB2, Teradata, XML, XML. So they are going to help you to generate required SQLs to read and load. After that loading, taking, joining, inserting, or all that. Okay. So your ODI key learning is learning those knowledge module. What is knowledge module is? It's a ready-made program. Okay. And by choosing this knowledge module, they can help you to generate automatically. ODI will choose, but for your requirement, what is the best knowledge module you have to use? That is our next phase of learning. Okay. So we have different types of the knowledge module. Each does the different activity. We will learn it later. Okay. And one great thing about the knowledge modules is you can write your own knowledge module. Okay. You can customize the knowledge modules. Okay. Which is not possible in the other technologies. In ab initio is very flexible. Ab initio, if you generate a program, you can customize and all. But whereas in Informatica, data stage, BODS, it is not possible. Okay. So that kind of code customization, okay, you can do very well in ab initio, but not in other. Okay. And in ODI, you can do it in easy way compared to the ODI. Okay. That is called customization, knowledge module customization. So this is the overall concept of or overall difference from the ETL to ELT. Ultimately, what are we going to final? Okay, one statement is in ELT, the data processing is going to be happen on the database. So wherever it is, we try to do all the data processing on the database. For that matter, we try to bring all the data to database. Okay, but whereas in ETL, okay, so data processing is going to be happen on ETL engine outside. Okay, that's why we need a very huge server here. So slowly they are also giving this kind of feature, but not 100% you can do, and 30-40% of the ELT you can do in Informatica also, data stage also. And even if you want in let's say you are not liking or something problem here, you want to write a program in ODI which works like a ETL. Means I want to purposefully take data from here, let's do the processing here and then load here. It is also possible to do in ODI. If you need or if you are purposefully looking, means ETL kind of program also you can develop. Okay, but it is not recommended because that is when it is powerful, why do we go for this? But in some situation, if you want, we can do that. Okay, so that is also possible in ODI. So this is the concept. So this area, whatever this work area, temporary area or staging area, ODI staging area which I am calling, okay. So this you can decide 99%, okay, it is advisable to use this place on your target database. Okay, why? Because generally data warehousing is dedicated for us. Okay, so you can go and use your database to any extent in whatever phase you want, in whatever okay processing capacity you want, because that is dedicated for us. So preferably the temporary staging and work, whatever it is, okay, that you choose, okay, on the database. It means one of the schema, let's say you have a big data warehousing database, in that you will create one schema, user example, and that you can choose for your temporary purpose, so that joining temporary tables and then loading here and all can be done in easily, because they are all present in the same database. Okay, that makes your things run faster than having this temporary outside. Okay, so this is ETL ELT. So any questions, let me know. We'll now get into any questions. So because this is going to be your first question. Yeah, this is example, right? This example is two different sources. This example is two different sources.
How we moving the single source?
Yeah. So like how it is doing right now. So even currently also both are two different sources. One is a file, one is a table. Assume that in place of file you have a SQL server. Assume that is Oracle and it is a SQL server. So what it will do? It will read SQL server. It will read complete data from this SQL server and then puts the data into this. Now, it is bit detailed question actually. So now let's assume that if it is a file, how can I move data to table? There are a number of ways. Okay, we can use SQL loader, we can use external table, or you can write insert statement. So that flexibility is given in ODI. You can choose. Now I am going to your ODI is going to read data from a file and going to keep in a temporary table. So it can ask you, please tell me which option you want. It will give you list of options. Are you want to use SQL loader, okay, or you want to use this using an external table, or you want to use any normal insert operation with Java. Example, let's say it is a SQL server and that is Oracle. If you want to move data from SQL server to Oracle, okay, so you have multiple ways. What is that? You can write in Oracle, you have a stream data pump, okay, which can take the data from the DEPT to this SQL server table to Oracle, or you can write a simple SQL statements. Okay, so this will be done in this, since we are not going to do any logic implementation, just it is a moving from here to here, just data movement. Okay, so for every technology, for it's not like I cannot say standardized. If it is Oracle, we have 4 methods. If it is SQL server, let's say I have 6 methods. Okay, it is a Teradata, we have different methods. So those methods are in the form of knowledge modules. So when you are reading data from one place to other place, you can choose what method you want. Okay, so since let's say in case you have 3 sources, so one is a SQL server, one is Oracle, one is a file or XML. Okay. For XML, you have a different knowledge module, so you can pick up which method you want. So it will move. It will not go. It is not going to make any transformation, just movement. So that's why it will go directly. So we are not doing any transformation. The concept here is data movement from one place to other place is not a problem task. The problem in data warehousing is transformation is a problem, because calculations, okay, joining, validation, okay, that is the major piece of, okay, processing which will consume lot of memory. Okay, that's why. So this is very smaller, because taking, even if you go and write, if you want to insert 1 trillion records also, no problem, you can easily do. But problem comes when you read, join and all, problem comes. That's why movement from any place to anyways you can do with the help of the knowledge module. For every technology we have a different knowledge module. For Oracle this, for this, for this, all you can choose which knowledge module you want. For every technology there are 4-5 different methods, so we can choose whichever you want. That we'll see in a knowledge modules. Huh? Work area not in ODI, it is completely on data, target to database. Means you can say if you want you can do in different location also, but it is advisable to select your work area on target only. So that makes your things faster. If you choose somewhere else, let's say I choose some SQL server, that is a different. So your work area is there, again you need one more work area, because that is somewhere this, so that is a problem. So some guidelines we need to follow. The 99% your work area always you try to choose on your target data. In diagram whatever is there, okay, this you fix in your mind. That is the target database. Your target table is there in a database. Say, so what is this one? This is your one of the schema in your database. So maybe this will give you some clarity. if anybody confused. I'll take one worst scenario. So this is one file. My employee data in a file, okay, and my department data in a file. So both are files. So I want to join. Can we join two files? In Unix still we can do, but still some conditions apply. But it's not that easy. We need program and all. Okay. So now this data I want to load to a database. So in this database, okay, I have one schema. So database means a database, schema is a user. In one database I can have n number of schemas. Okay, schema is nothing but a user. So this is one schema. Okay, and my actual target is here. Okay, this is your data in database. So you cannot keep anything, you cannot create a table in database. You can create table only in a schema, SCART, SH, you can, any user when you create. So like this I have one table in my entire database in one schema. Okay, I have this table. So my final objective is I want to join these two and load into this table. That is my objective, final program requirement. And now when you are using ODI, okay, so what you can do, you create one schema in your database. Database, okay, that is like a SCART user, this is like some XYZ user you create. Where are they? They are in same database, not outside. Okay, so now preferably you can choose this as your work schema. Okay, so your whatever we have seen that $, okay, the temporary tables. So you have to just choose this schema. That's all. You tell ODI, this is my work schema. You don't need to worry anything. So ODI, when you run a program, it will take care of reading data from here to load here. You don't need to create this table, or you don't need to write a program to do that. Okay, you have to only choose the knowledge module. That is a ready-made program. Okay, and then it will create automatically this table for you. So what are these? Okay, these are temporary tables, EMP. So in first case one, so this employee file data loaded to temporary table. Where it is right now? Work schema, temporary schema. So always use the word work. Okay, that is good. And DEPT also loaded to work schema. Where is the schema right now? In your target database, typically database. Okay, so now all are in same database. This is one schema, this is one schema. Now you can, by logging into SCART, if you want to read data from a different table which is there in another schema, what we'll do? Schema name dot table name, that's all. So all are in same database. If you want to join them and read and load, just the schema name dot table name will help you, that's all. You don't need to do anything, because that is, let's say the schema name is work. Okay, so if I want to read data from this table, work.$C$EMP, work.$C$DPT, that is your table. So what ODI now do, next once it loaded, it will take these two data from these two tables and then join and then load. So what it will do, because all are in same database, you can exactly, it will be like insert into EMP underscore DPT select star from work dot C dollar so this I'll give a reference name A. Because all are in same place. If I write that SQL, what it will do? It will take the C dollar EMB DBT join and then in one shot insert one SQL. Even this SQL also you do not require to write, because we'll say that we'll tell that join, that's all. Okay, then rest will be all code generation will be done by ODI only. Only thing is you need to tell how you want to do, that's all. In a graphical, that is also you will not add any program, you will just choose in a graphical fashion, okay, how you want to move it, that's all. So this is a complete, okay, there are varieties, but to easily understand what is actually ELT, yes, okay. So the data will go to means in always data processing on database is a one line statement of ELT. Okay, for that matter we'll try to bring all of them into one place, that is your work, then it will move from there to there. Sometimes work also may not required. Your table is already there in same database. Okay, we have seen example. If you see this, my table both source and target in same database already. Okay, there is not in different location. So even in this case, I don't need work also, because I can directly write a program. Work will be required when it is not possible to move directly. So that is also will be decided by ODI only. You don't need to apply any too much brain here. Mostly in it, but we should know all these things, because if you want to take the control of your program, okay, because sometimes something is good, sometimes something is good. So to take the control, we should know all these fundamentals. So here nothing, we are not talking about ODI. So the whole episode, what we are talking is only to differentiate ETL and then ELT. Okay, so it is going to be a first question in generally nowadays. What is the ETL and what is the difference from the ETL ELT? What are the benefits? So in ELT, the data processing is always going to be happen on database. Okay, so what are the lot of advantages, but what is the major two advantages? Okay, so you will have, your server will be lightweight in ELT, because I don't need a big CPUs and RAM for my ODI. Okay, not only ODI, any tool which you say that is ELT comes under this category. And since your data processing you are doing on a database, so it will be faster. What is the track record proven that if you are using ODI on Exadata, it is 20x faster than the other data processing, even compared to all other, because Exadata is a very powerful database. Okay, not Oracle only, but it is a appliance. It is specially designed for bigger volume processing. If you run ODI on Exadata, and it will be 20% faster than compared to the normal other things. Okay, so mostly nowadays most of the people are going ODI on Exadata, that is Oracle Exadata, it is Oracle database. Okay, so mostly nowadays, okay, slowly people are moving to this Exadata with ODI. Okay, so now that we know what is ETL ELT, because it is your first question. Okay, we'll get into now ODI architecture. Okay, so first before architecture, I'll give you background of ODI. So ODI stands for Oracle Data Integrator. Okay, the current version is 12c. Okay, so mostly Oracle is going with combining all their products, and then they are planning a common version. Oracle database 12c, ODI 12c. The only in this missing is OBIE 12c is we are expecting actually. Okay, that is the only version behind in that. Okay, and in soon you will get OBIE 12c. That is because they want to all product suits in a common number. Okay, so current version is ODI 12c. It is released okay in end of 2013. Okay, like in October it seems, October 2013. Okay, and the prior version of ODI is 11G. OBIA is still 11G. Okay, and now you will see lot of changes. Okay, from I'll tell you a couple of changes, but right now since we don't know ODI tool, comparisons you may not understand. Slowly in a technology I'll tell you. Okay, but high level I'll tell you what changes we have. So the prior version is 11, and before that we have 10G. Okay, and before this, what is that?
So when they started with NG level?
Yeah, I'll come to that. Okay, so now dates I'll give you. I'll maybe give you exact dates. Months I don't remember exactly. 2006 or something. Okay, so now this is actually ODI was developed by a small company called Synopsys. Okay, it is not a new tool. It has been there since 10 years. Okay, it is people think that it is recently in a market and all, but so there are a couple of people working on Synopsys tool for last 10 years. Even I saw this tool 10 years back only. Okay, so that time the tool is very powerful, but only problem is the graphically it was not that great compared to the all other tools. But because we know that in those days also people will not really cared about this tool, because older 10 years back, 5 years back, our volumes, average volumes of data warehousing used to be 1 terabyte. So we used to manage with ETL. Now people started realizing that okay, our volumes are growing, so ETL is not going to help, not going to scalable for processing. So that's why even the ETL tools, Informatica also, they started moving towards ELT approach. But this is the tool, first tool, which is built on ELT only. Okay, so that's why okay, it picked up a lot recently. And this tool was later taken over by Oracle, and they released it as a Oracle Data Integrator 10G. So during the Synopsys to 10 Oracle migration, there are not major changes. Okay, it was as usual, some logo changes, some couple of things are there. Okay, not much changes. And from 10 to 11, okay, there are couple of changes, couple of new features added. Okay, and internally what features are there I can explain you later, but from the very high level architecture point of view, from 10 to 11 what changes you can see, they have integrated with WebLogic. Because other side we have OBIE 11, so the other side we have Hyperion, okay, and lot of other products are there. So to make into common bucket, okay, they have integrated with WebLogic, and other features are also there. I'll give you later. Now you cannot understand. And from ODI 11 to 12, okay, couple of things are there. Okay, first major thing is OWB to ODI migration. Okay, the prime focus was in the ODI12c. Okay, again OWB is a different tool altogether. It is like Informatica and all. It is one ETL tool of Oracle, previous ETL tool. It is nothing to do with ODI. It is nothing to do with Synopsys. It is a completely a different software. Oracle, it was previous Oracle's ETL tool, and it is not that great actually. So that's why Oracle bought this Synopsys, and then now they are making this as their enterprise tool, ELT tool. So that's why, since they are asking all their existing OWB projects to migrate to ODI because it has good features, for that they have given a tool utility to convert all the OWB code to ODI. So if you have a OWB project, OWB is also ETL. If you have a OWB project which is already running, if you want to migrate this code to ODI, and we have a utility, so that utility is available in 12c. You can simply run this utility. It will migrate all OWB code to ODI, and then you can continue to work in ODI. That is one. And then second one, lot of so for Informatica and all, there is no tool currently in market. So there is no utility to convert from one to other. There are some companies, smaller companies, Data Manager, DataX, they are building the utilities to convert from one to other. Of course, we are building also. We are building data stage to ab initio, and then ab initio data stage, and Informatica to ODI. So like I am directly involved in those projects. So it does the migration, of course, like to 60 to 70%, and no tool will do the 100%. Even OWB to ODI also not 100%, 60-70%. Remaining we have to do it manually. But it will simplify the task and then minimize the migration efforts. So this has that good feature, and then additionally it has a new thing called components. So this is just for your reference I am giving. Detail I will give you later, because when you talk about what is 11-12, and components.
In BIAs, when we are using ODI, like we are using from the old version.
Yeah, now I'll come to. So now this is the story about ODI, Synopsys, and later it will become ODI 10, 11, and we are in 12. Now the OWB is so lot of people are confused. OWB is a separate. It is not in our track. It is a like Informatica data stage, how other tools are there. OWB is also one of the tool, but this is also Oracle tool. This is also Oracle tool. That's why people will confuse. It is now Oracle is no longer interested in improvising OWB. They want to discontinue. They want to throw away OWB. So everything will. That's why they are asking everybody to come to ODI. All the OWB projects also had to come to ODI. So that's why they are given that utility. And of course, till Oracle 11G version, OWB used to come free along with the database. So now they don't want to get into OWB. So now slowly they are decommissioning this. So they don't want to continue in OWB. Everybody when they go, they will ask you to only take ODI only, not OWB. Older also they are planning to move to this one. So this is independently on ODI. Now I'll give you, because anyway I cannot start the architecture now. I'll give you a bit overview on OBIA, because a lot of people are asking. So this is nothing to do with ODI. So it is just extra. People who are not interested in OBIA, you can just simply ignore. So what is OBIA? OBIA is completely there is no direct linkage. What is that you will understand now. So what is OBIA? What is OBIA means? Oracle Business Intelligence Application, that is abbreviation. Okay. So say for example, if anybody want to build a data warehousing, what are all things we require? We require one ETL tool, and we need to develop a code ETL tool, and we need to develop a code in the ETL tool. Okay. And what else? Once this is your source system, and this is your database. Then we need reporting tool. And your final output will be reports. Okay. So this is minimum required. We need a code, ETL code, to move data from the source, means all same process, source to staging to warehouse. Okay, but I'm just saying all the OLTP, I need to load to data for that ETL code, and develop the code for reporting and generate the reports. Now, when some company building a data warehousing, it is your wish. That's why when you go to shop, so it is your choice. You can buy any brand of your shirt or a pant. It is your choice, which you like. So here also, when I am developing a data warehousing product, I can choose any ETL tool, Informatica or DataStage. Let's say IBM comes and then use my DataStage, I'll give you free. Sometimes Informatica gives that way. Okay, and say Oracle comes, use OBIE, I'll give you free. So then rather than going to other tool, it is coming free. So this is how internally tool selection happens. That different story. But every company have a right to choose their own tool, whatever they like it, whatever is good for their product. So in that case, ETL, I can use Informatica, I can use DataStage, or I can use ODI or anything. Okay, and reporting also I can choose OBIE, COGNOS or anything. So here, what Oracle has done, every company, rather than you choosing your own tool and developing, okay, what Oracle has done, not actually Oracle, Siebel Analytics, okay, so they have used, because long back Oracle doesn't have, because if you see this one, so this happened recently, ODI and all nowadays become popular. Older days, Informatica, DataStage are the core competitors, they are the good tools those days. So Oracle has got to tie up with Informatica, and they got the license from Informatica, and what they have done, they have readily developed Informatica mappings, okay, to run data warehousing ETL, to move from OLTP to data warehousing. Okay, what is that they use? Informatica they have used. Okay, all if you in Informatica, so they will give you all, okay, 2000 ready-made mappings. Okay, you have to just get install and then run it. And in the same way, to generate reports, they have used OBIE reporting tool. Okay, they used OBIE. Okay, and all ready-made code in OBIE. Now I have Informatica code, I have OBIE ready-made code, and to run the Informatica mappings and to configure, do all that, okay, activities, so they used one software called DAC. This is called Data Warehousing Application Console. So this put it together is called OBIA. Ready-made code of Informatica, ready-made code of OBIE, and ready-made DAC. Means it is a scheduling and configuration tool. So this is called OBIA. Or why they call it as a OBIA? Application. Application means a ready-made thing which you can use it. Okay, everything I have. OBI reporting I have, and the ETL I have, everything I have. So this used to be previously. And because of they are using Informatica, this is a product of Oracle. So the software is developed by Oracle. Since Oracle is paying a lot of licensing cost to Informatica, And Informatica is also for bigger volumes not good tool. Okay, average it's okay, but very huge volumes and all it's not good. And by the time when now if you last 2-3 years, you see Oracle spent lot of money on ODI and they made this tool as a very good tool because it has now all good capabilities. Previously it was not that great. So now keeping this as it is, what they have done, so they have taken this complete product as it is. This is as it is there. Okay, so this product they have taken. This product I'll say A. So they have taken that product and made it B, and in this case they are using only, they have rewritten complete Informatica code which they have written in Informatica in a ODI. Okay, and since ODI is their own tool, Informatica is not their tool, and Informatica doesn't support customization. We have seen here we have a knowledge module, we have a lot of things, because again it is a code of Oracle. They can go and they can make changes in a source code, anything, because that is their code. So that's why even this is also not required. So they have developed something called config manager. Okay, so this product I will call as a B. Okay, so OBIE will be there as it is, but the only thing is ODI. So right now if you go to market, you will see two products, A and B. In A, what is there? Informatica OBIE. In B, what is there? ODI and OBIE. So let's say there are 20 products, they are already using Informatica. So they can still continue in that. So now anybody, now they want to develop or start using and building a warehouse new. And if you go and ask Oracle, they will give you only this. Of course, you can choose either A or B, but they will recommend B only. Okay. So that's why in a market you can see A type of software and also you can see B type of software. In A type of software you will see Informatica, DAC and then OBIE, and in B type of software you will see ODI and then OBIE. Okay, and in the OBIE still in this package we are still using 11 only. Okay, and now because 12 is recently released, they are working on this to make it 12, and soon you will see ODI12c version. Okay, because that has very stabilized good compared to the 11. Okay, then soon we'll see that ODI 12, but still it is now ODI 11 in OBIA. Where here in this pack, whatever pack we have in this pack means pack B. So you will see. So that's why don't be confused. You will have Informatica some products. You have some, because actually what initially Oracle thought was they asked everybody to move from Informatica to ODI, but they have not given a tool like how I have a tool to convert OWB to ODI, but we do not have a tool convert from Informatica to ODI. So if they want to redevelop this code, again it is a new big project for them, for every company. So they need money. So they are not happy. Unless you give me a tool to convert from Informatica to ODI, so we'll continue here only. So that's why, so they still continue to that way, and all the new is going to be this. That's why we are in basic stage, and future is going to be lot of things on because of the, see, Informatica OBIA are become so popular because of this. So future it is going to be very popular because of this, because going further ODI is going to be there. Okay, and we do not have anybody, okay, in the market who have skill in this specialized area. Okay, very tough getting the candidates for this, because first of all we don't have ODI people, and here if you are going here we need a combination of ODI and then OBI. Okay, so that's why this. So even still you don't need to worry about learning all these things. You can still go as a ODI, you can still go as a OBI, or you can go as a combined mixed skill.
When this started
Plan B started very long back. Again, it started on 4-5 years back. People not aware, okay, and
That time
four
only we
five.
have started with ODI.
That time only started. Of course, that started with 10. So there one SAP modules they built for. So if you go detail, lot of things are there. But at least if this clarity is there, I'm okay. Later you can go and elaborate it. Okay. So plan A, plan B. A and B both are there in the market. So don't be confused. That's why lot of people now they are looking for ODI people for plan B. If any project is already there, they may look for Informatica only.
To work on OBIA, we need knowledge of both ODI and
Actually, if you say I'm a core OBIA guy, if you are saying, so definitely will expect knowledge of both OBIA and then ODI. But still it is not mandatory. Okay, it depends on if a smaller company, if they are developing this, so they cannot bear two different people. But big companies they can bear because they have a number of files. I'll bring one ODI guy, I'll bring one OBI guy, they can develop it. But you should have a good knowledge of how this application works. That is important. Preferably, I suggest having both is good, so that you will get a control. The overview will have a good, but at the same time, not mandatory. You can still say I have not worked on OBIE, I am only working on ODI part, and you can still say I am only working on OBIE, but not worked on ETL part. Okay, having both is good. Okay, so this is all about the background and all that. Okay, and tomorrow we'll see actual ODI. What is the architecture and okay, and installation we'll see tomorrow, and then our first new development will start tomorrow. Okay, so this is high level to explain. ODI will have three components. Okay, one is repository, client, and then server. Okay, server is nothing but agent which we are talking. So client components can help you to develop the programs, and the repository is the place where you store the data. So you will get lot of questions. So far, only one question we know from the interview point of view. What is that is? What is the difference from the ETL to ELT and some benefits? Okay, apart from that, all stories only we completed today. Okay, in this you will get lot of things. Okay, that we'll see tomorrow.